fact, when I was using the singles a lot, right, I used to keep a diary.
Yeah.
I've mentioned this before, but it's worth hearing because people might have missed it. And I was getting a lot of bites, so I could actually experiment a lot, you know. I wasn't scared of missing the odd fish. And when I used them how we normally use pop-ups now, I mean, even I do it, it's stupid. I've become blinkered as I've got older. I've sort of got a bit narrow-minded, if you can imagine that.
Yeah.
Because almost like too much knowledge is dangerous, where you're actually worrying about things that you never used to worry about when you were younger and more adventurous.
Yeah.
I suppose that's probably true of life. You're more reckless when you're younger, so you try all these harebrained things, and then you'll find something that's ridiculous, but it works.
But it works.
But as you get older and you learn more, you're a bit more cautious about what you do. You're not as adventurous. But what I was doing, I was using the pop-ups, right, on a big long hook length, because it was silty. And if I used them like half an inch or an inch off the bottom, it was dead slow, hardly got anything.
Right.
Maybe the occasional fish.
Yeah.
I looked at the diaries and I used to draw where the bait was down to the shot.
Yeah.
So I wasn't fishing it off the lead, because you'd get aborted takes if you fished it straight off the lead. It was too much, the fish. It'd pull it out of the mouth before they'd had a chance to get it in properly. So I used to balance it, and it was between 6 and 8 inches off the bottom was the perfect distance to have the pop-up. And how many people do you see doing that now? You see them using zig rigs, which are higher up.
Higher up.
But you don't see them using a boilie on a long hook length where you're using it 8 to 10 inches. Or 6 inches. And we used to call it gob level, because if you've got even a 20-pound fish, how many times do you see them where they're actually dragging the belly on the floor when they swim?
That's right.
How many times?
Yeah.
Never. In your underwater filming? How much?
No, only sometimes for feeding purposes. They hit the bottom, don't they? Everything clouds up.
Clay and stuff like that.
And then they go around feeding through it.
Right, so it's very rare to get them where they hug in the bottom.
They don't do it.
Usually they're swimming in the upper layers and they'll see something.
And see something, that's right.
And that's why I was using the bright baits.
Yeah.
Because they'll see it and they'll actually investigate. So what I do, right, even if I'm using fish meals, a dark bait that's understated, I put a handful of bright baits in there so that any fish that are up in the water, they've got a natural cue to go and investigate. And I think that's why them glow-in-the-dark baits work.
Yeah.
Because fish will be alerted that there's food, or curiosity will take them to where the food is.
Yeah.
So I was doing all things like this and thinking about it, and then that starts making sense then, because why have a load of inconspicuous baits? You don't have to use a bright bait on the hook even, but if you put a few in there, to create that initial curiosity, to take the fish down. But also, when I was using them raised up, it was easier for the fish to see. And we reckon even when they were swimming near the bottom, we used to call it gob level.
Yeah.
It would be right in front of the face,
front of them.
so they couldn't miss it.